Let's talk about variables. Variables are really important because the Linux shell environment consists of a lot of variables. You can think of variables as a fixed name that can be assigned to dynamic values. So in Linux, we mostly care about environment variables. For example, if you remember that we have used this pass variable when we are talking about internal and external commands. So pass is the environment variable. We have a command actually to list the environment variables. So we can just use env command, env. It is just short form of this environment. So let's press enter. As you can see that we have many environment variables. And you can see the pass variable right here. So the pass is a fixed variable name and the value assigned to it will be dynamic. What it means that for other users, the value of pass variable can be different. Although we haven't talked about users yet, keep in mind that environment variable can be different for each user. As you can see that right now, we are executing one user. Environment command will display only environment variables for this user. If you switch to other user, for example, let's say that executing to this user, it might be possible that this user will adjust its own pass variable. You can set the environment variable when it is needed. For example, imagine that you are installing Apache Tomcat. Let me just write it. Apache Tomcat. So it's just a web server to deploy Java applications. So in order to set up Apache Tomcat, you need to add some environment variables. One of them is a variable called Catalina Home. Let me write it. Catalina Home. This Catalina Home is just an environment variable which should be pointed to the main Tomcat directory. You should set this environment variable for this user. So let's do that. And let's say that we have installed Tomcat in the home directory. Let me just use pwd. Right now we are in the home directory. And let's say that we installed Tomcat in this directory. And so there will be another directory called Tomcat after this hknudemy1. And I'm gonna set this Catalina home directory. Catalina home variable. Let's do that. I'm gonna write Catalina and then home, and then we have to use equal sign. Then I'm gonna write home udemy1, and let's say that after this we have this Tomcat folder, and let's press enter. Now let's run environment command again and search for this new environment variable. I'm searching, but wait, we don't have this variable here. So let's do echo to print this variable. Let's clear the screen. Let's do echo Catalina home. And let's press enter. It doesn't display the value of the variable because we didn't use the $sign. So keep in mind that to print variables, you have to use $sign in front of it. So I'm gonna say echo. Let's just write this command again, and in front of it we have to put this $sign. And now let's press enter. Now it prints that value, and let's see that if it is in the environment variables. As you can see that it's not still in the environment variables. If you want to set it as an environment variable, you have to export it. We already talked about this export command in one of the previous videos. So I'm just gonna export this Catalina home variable. Let's clear the screen, and I'm gonna use export. Then I'm gonna say that Catalina, then home, and press enter. Now let's look at this environment. Yes, it is right here. As you can see that we just exported. So one more time, if you want your variable to be in the environment variable section, you have to export it. But what we are going to do if you want to delete the exported variable. So for that we can use unset command. Let's clear the screen. We have this command called unset. You have to write it, and after that you have to write your exported variable name. So Catalina home, press enter. Let's one more time run this environment command. As you can see, it is not here. We don't have this Catalina home variable because we delete that exported variable. For now, you don't have to know much about variables. I'm gonna talk about variables a bit more in the bonus section of this course, where I will teach you the basics of shell scripting. So for now, that's all about variables.